This is what it looks like when you stand for 4 hours on the most beautiful train ride in the world. But it didn't start like this. So how the did we end up in this situation? One day we're sipping tea at 2,000 meters, gliding through the misty hills and British colonial towns, and the next, we're being crushed by a wall of bodies.
That was absolute chaos. People were pure jumping on the train while it's still moving.
Wondering if we'll even survive the ride to Ella. We thought we were signing up for views, vibes, and peaceful mountain air. And to be fair, for the first 7 hours, that's exactly what we got. Calm, scenic, and honestly, the most stunning train journey we've ever done. This is the real story of Sri Lanka's most scenic and most insane train ride. And the friends we made along the way. But our journey starts earlier that day in Colombo, the capital city, with this beautiful and unexpected skyline view, contrasted by the world's smallest Uber. Absolute joking. Welcome to a bucket list morning on the Flights and Bites channel. We are here at Colombo Fort train station, getting the train today from Colombo, Sri Lanka to Nuwara Eliya.
Nuwara Eliya.
It is early.
Early, very early.
We didn't have tickets reserved because they sell out well far in advance. So we were told the only way to get tickets is to come early, like over an hour before, and just pick them up. It was pretty straightforward, but now we need to get food because it's 6 hours. We're not expecting any level of comfort, luxury, but the views and the scenery. Need to find some food. It's already not looking good. I've seen some of the options. This might be a very long 6 hours. The stuff inside of the station isn't saying a lot. And outside the station wasn't saying much more, except for a load of cafes all selling the same thing, called hotels. Mad confusing. And even more confusing was their diabolical Google ratings. It's becoming a free-for-all, but basically all the non-locals are pulling up now, including us obviously, but we've been here for a little while. There's a train that's coming in, that looks like it might be the train, and it's getting busy on the platform. We're gonna have to fight because we don't have reserved seats. And I feel like there's a lot of other people who don't either. It's peak. Oh my. That was absolute chaos. People were pure jumping on the train while it's still moving. Like, I don't even flung the door open and then just jumped, like flew onto the train. I've never seen anything like this. People throwing their bags through the window. What is?
Yes.
Yes. We don't have much. Yeah? This guy's the most helpful guy ever. The dude you just saw, he is deaf and obviously can't speak, but it helps people to find out how to get onto the train and where to go. So we knew where to stand. He definitely helped us. We knew where to stand because of him. And then I guess he just comes on the train and he's like, listen, I helped you. Where's my money? It seems like a pretty good hustle to me. He had like a list of all the people who he'd helped.
Imagine he wasn't actually.
He was just like pretending.
First scam of Sri Lanka.
Fair play. Fair play. He deserves it. We're here, we made it into our seat. It's been chaos. This lady in front of us thought she had the wrong ticket. Like, the security guards were like, nah, get off the train. And the train's still filling up. And it's supposed to be leaving right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see someone
Climb through the window.
honestly climb through the window like once it leaves. This is going to be an interesting journey.
Time for a seat tour, which will probably take all of 10 seconds because there's not much to show. We have a tray table, footrest, quite a lot of leg room going on here. Pretty spacious seat with a recline and some luxury aircon. That's it. Yeah. I don't feel like the lack of aircon is a bad thing. The windows are open, the fans are going. It's breezy.
I'm glad you said that because what I haven't told you yet is that
You're about to say one of our rooms doesn't have aircon.
it has a fan.
See, that's different. A room with no aircon is very different to a moving train.
The landscape changes pretty quickly as you leave Colombo. Built-up crowded suburbs are swapped for lush, vast greenery in minutes, and that's just the beginning. It gets wildly better.
There's a dude that comes around with tea and samosas and snacks and all sorts. So fear not if you didn't manage to get food, but it is all the same food as I was able to find in a half-an-hour walk, walking around the area of the station. So variety limited.
Reason that I get out of bed
I'll be honest, I don't know how much I trust that speedometer. It feels like we're going a lot faster than 40 miles an hour. It's time for the grand food reveal. This was a struggle, and I already know that Kate's not going to be impressed. This here is an egg roll. I think it looks fine.
No comment. That looks good. That looks good. I would eat, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, you can have both of these if you want.
Everything looks so mysterious in the bags. I wouldn't eat the salad.
You would eat the salad?
Don't eat the salad.
Oh, I wouldn't eat?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if things have been washed in.
I assumed you wouldn't want this. I'm not even sure if I want
It
it.
looks so suspicious. It almost looks like salmon. Looks like.
All of this with the water came to £2.
Oh no, it's actually quite tasty. Now I've got deeper into it.
Yeah?
It's like got a bit of spice. Oh, quite a bit of spice.
This is the part of the journey that I've least been looking forward to. Let's go see what the toilet scene is about.
You know what? I was expecting worse. So bad. What the hell is that?
Just past Kandy, the landscape starts to change. Not the food landscape though. You'll not go hungry on this train. The hills rise up into steep green mountains and the train winds its way through bridges, valleys and clouds. It feels like the track was carved through the jungle just for this moment.
This is supposed to be one of the most scenic train journeys in the world.
And it is. Confirmed. For train journey, it's probably top 2.
Top 2? What's 1?
Cusco to Machu Picchu.
You heard it here first. Cusco to Machu Picchu, apparently. It's actually crazy watching how the scenery changes. You go through rural forest areas and then suddenly it opens up in this tea plantation, then this beautiful, almost European style, colourful stations, and then it's just countryside again, villages, trees that we've never seen before, people drying their clothes on top of their houses. And the temperature keeps changing, you feel the heat, then it cools down, it feels like it's getting a bit cooler. It's lit, man. No aircon in here, but we're living. We're all
I
alive.
told you it's fine. The aircon is not required.
We're now in Nuwara Eliya.
Nuwara Eliya.
This is the highest city in Sri Lanka, standing at 1,800 meters above sea level. And you can feel the difference in temperature because it's 30 degrees at sea level, and here it is at 18 right now. This city looks like something out of the home counties in the UK.
We look like we're in Surrey right now.
We are on our way to do something that you probably wouldn't expect in Sri Lanka. We are going for high tea. I haven't even been for high tea
Oh my gosh,
in the
you've
UK. I've never been for high tea.
That's mad.
We live in London. You can do high tea everywhere. This is very grand. Looking around at the grounds, you could genuinely be in the British countryside. And, like, honestly, if you just let me do a 360 and didn't tell me where I was, even, to be honest, even the clientele, you wouldn't think you're in the highest city in Sri Lanka. But here we are. Homeboy going in on the piano in the background. Little fireplace. It's lit.
The high tea comes with the classic 3-tier stand, so the sandwiches, your traditional cucumber, coronation chicken, all the usual suspects, the savoury tier with some different little pastries, and the sweet tier, so your cakes, your lemon drizzle, your scones, the clotted cream and jam, and then also a whole tea flight. We get to try 5 different teas. First one has just arrived.
Sipping champagne in the mountains, pretending we know the difference between 5 different types of tea, surreal. Even stranger, the Grand Hotel is a full-on colonial throwback. Fireplaces, chandeliers, dark wood everywhere. It honestly felt like we'd stumbled onto a Downton Abbey episode, just with better weather, kind of. Tomorrow, we take the next train, and tranquility is about to be a distant memory.
Day 2. Welcome to Nuwara Eliya. Good morning. Last night was great. That Grand Hotel is just absolutely mad. I don't understand how they've managed to capture. I mean, obviously, Brits were here for like over 100 years, so kind of makes sense. But it, even still to this day, it's so quintessentially British. Horses over there. There's actually a horse racing track right here, which is also super random.
Before the chaos kicked off, we wandered into Victoria Park, named of course after Queen Victoria herself. It was originally part of her coronation celebrations back in the late 1800s.
Queen Victoria Park, 1 century, 26 years.
And it's still one of the best preserved colonial era parks in Sri Lanka. But as peaceful as this was, our next train was waiting, and the peace not coming for us.
It smells like hay fever.
What does hay fever smell like?
Him cutting the fresh grass right by my nostrils.
We do actually have a Victoria Park in London as well. It is in East London, and it is a place that everybody goes to let everybody else know that they're cool, and they're too cool to go to all of the other parks that are in London. Just on the other side of the park, this area is actually quite mad, because over here you've got the post office of Nuwara Eliya, which is clearly very British, or supposed to be British building. And then right opposite you've got chaos of a classic South Asian bus station. It's so contrasting.
But nonetheless, we enjoyed. Walked back to our hotel via the racecourse and this random greenhouse that looks like it's grown mandrakes.
Training for the ballet, Potter!
We had no idea that this ride to the station would be the last moment of peace we had for several hours.
Here at the station, just bought tickets, 600 RS. What's that? I think it's less than £2. It is busy. There's one train that comes in about half an hour. If you remember the scenes from yesterday, I am very concerned about what it's going to look like when this train arrives. It's a lot more tourists here than locals, so maybe there won't be so many people jumping on the train. I'm going to have to try a little local style, because we need some seats.
The next 4 hours from Nuwara Eliya to Ella were some of the worst travel hours that we've ever experienced. The train took 10 minutes to board because everyone was trying to get on instead of letting people off. When we eventually did get on, it looked like this. Then a corrupt ticket officer kindly let us into a quieter class for 20 minutes before demanding 3,000 rupees per person for the privilege, before banishing us to the bit between the carriages where we stood for the next 3 hours while the train destroyed Kate's suitcase. I can't lie though, even through the chaos and the gloomy weather, the views were still peng.
It's been a day.
I'm actually going to spare this segment of us waffling about the corrupt ticket officer and the fact that all of the hotel rooms in Ella seem to be mouldy because it's effectively in a cloud. Should you do this train journey, 100%, it is genuinely incredible. It is probably the best value for money form of transport in the world, unparalleled views and experiences, and the people you'll meet along the way, you'll never ever forget. Next time, we're going on a Sri Lankan safari to see if you can still get an incredible safari experience for a fraction of the price.